This 1939 Cadillac Series 60 Special Sedan by Fisher is offered at $24,900 and represents a landmark in pre-war American luxury design. Powered by a 346 cubic inch L-head V8 rated at 135 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission, this example shows 12,519 miles, TMU. A recognized Classic Car Club of America full classic, it features the influential Bill Mitchell design, finished in dark blue over a gray cloth bench seat interior with an all-new interior by Everlast of Linden, New Jersey. Presented as a well-kept older restoration, with straight bodywork, strong chrome, wide white wall tires, and extra parts included, this Cadillac stands as an elegant and historically significant pre-war sedan. This 1955 Morris Minor convertible is offered at $4,995 and represents charming post-war British motoring. Finished in Old English white over a gray interior, this split-screen convertible shows 30,741 kilometers and features a 1,098 cubic centimeters engine with a manual transmission. Owned by the previous caretaker for 25 years and fully restored with photo documentation, this Morris remains rock solid. The interior is in very good condition, the roof and frame are like new, and the paint is presentable for enjoyable use. Currently requiring light recommissioning, including a fuel pump and brake work, this Minor is an ideal summer project, an honest, usable classic ready to be brought back to the road. This 1968 Buick GS 350 is offered at $46,900 and represents a beautifully restored example of Buick muscle with refined style. Powered by a 350 V8 paired with a turbo 350 3-speed automatic, this GS shows 18,191 miles, TMU. Finished in stunning tarpon green mist over a green bucket seat interior with console, the car has undergone a full frame-off restoration with a fully rebuilt, correct drivetrain. Highlights include show-quality paint, restored interior by JH Restorations, refinished chrome and trim, power steering, power disc brakes, factory air conditioning, and a 10-bolt Posey rear with 4-link suspension. A true show-quality GS 350, featured in OPGI magazine and backed by extensive restoration, ready to impress on the show field or the open road. Auburn 8-100 Boat-Tail Speedster Salon is offered at $75,000 and represents one of the most iconic designs of the pre-war era. Finished in pink over a tan interior, this authentic Auburn shows 15,000 miles and is not a kit car, but a genuine factory-built example. Powered by a Lycoming straight-8 engine with a manual transmission and 2-speed rear end, it delivers smooth period-correct performance. Distinctive details include Pilot Ray Auburn driving lights that turn with the steering wheel, a signature feature of classic Auburn engineering. A striking and rare boat-tail speedster that captures the elegance, innovation, and bold presence of early American motoring. This 1966 Bill Thomas Cheetah Coupe. Price, $23,450. Is an extraordinary piece of American racing history. Chassis number 12, it is the final Cheetah built, one of just 12 ever produced. Finished in red over red, this museum-quality example shows only 300 miles. Power comes from a fuel-injected 327 V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, delivering raw, period-correct performance. Fully original and preserved to the highest standard, this Cheetah has been shown at Pebble Beach and the Quail, underscoring its historical and collector significance. A true blue-chip American competition car, rare, authentic, and virtually impossible to replace. This 1965 Shelby AC Cobra Factory 5 MKII is offered at $49,950 and delivers iconic Cobra style with modern drivability. Finished in gray over a black interior, this example shows just 3,956 miles. Powered by a 351 V8 paired with a 5-speed Tremec manual transmission, it features 4-wheel disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, Shelby wheels, and BF Goodrich raised white letter tires. With show-quality paint and body, this factory 5 MKII Cobra offers classic looks, strong V8 performance, and dependable modern components, ready to drive and enjoy. This 1958 Ford Fairlane 500 is offered at $5,000 and represents classic late 50s American styling. Finished in red, this Fairlane shows 123,456 miles and is powered by a 352 cubic inch V8 paired with an automatic transmission. The engine runs, though the transmission will need to be rebuilt or replaced. Recent updates include a new fuel tank and sender, aluminum radiator, brakes, and a full tune-up. The car will need to be towed, with assistance available for loading or shipping. Offered with a clean North Carolina title, this Fairlane 500 is a solid project opportunity with iconic 1958 Ford design and big block V8 power. This 1972 Cadillac Sedan DeVille is offered at $11,950 and represents classic early 70s American luxury. Finished in green, this full-size sedan shows 123,456 miles and remains a running, driving example. Power comes from a massive 500 cubic inch V8 paired with an automatic transmission, delivering effortless cruising. Equipped with 4-corner air ride suspension, the car can lay low while maintaining that unmistakable Cadillac presence. Offered with a clean North Carolina title and shipping available, this Sedan DeVille is a solid cruiser with big block power and classic Cadillac style. This 1972 Lincoln Continental is offered at $26,900 and presents one of the finest expressions of early 70s American luxury. Finished in a rare factory yellow over a tan interior, this example shows 53,220 miles and remains highly collectible. Powered by Lincoln's legendary 460 cubic inch V8 paired with a smooth C6 automatic transmission, it delivers effortless torque in a truly refined cruising experience. Equipment includes power steering, power brakes, automatic climate control, and the iconic flip-out headlights that define the era. Exceptionally rare, this Continental is one of only 907 built in this paint code, and just 38 produced with this exact color and trim combination, making it a standout survivor of classic American luxury. Here we have a 1974 Datsun 260Z. Offered at $38,000, located in Miami. A true Japanese classic in an increasingly rare sight. Finished in blue with a manual transmission, this example shows just 9,999 kilometers and has been single owner from new. Well maintained throughout its life, it features newly rebuilt SU carburetors and runs strong, presenting as an honest, original car with light, age-appropriate wear. A solid, unmolested 260Z, perfect to enjoy as is or improve over time, and a standout opportunity for any serious enthusiast. 1967 Plymouth Fury Custom Convertible. Offered at $18,000, located in Rancho Santa Fe, California. Powered by its original 383 V8 paired with an automatic transmission, finished in blue, showing 32,652 miles. The car runs and drives great and features numerous new components including a new convertible top and hydraulics, Holley 4-barrel carburetor, Willwood disc brakes, new AC system, shocks, wiring harness, ignition, tilt steering column, new gauges, wheels, and tires. A nearly completed project with wiring partially installed and instructions included. Clean title, no rust, and trades considered for select classic Chevrolet, Ford, and Dodge models. 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS. Offered at $115,000, located in Glendale, Arizona. Finished in silver and black over a red interior, this hardtop is powered by a period-correct 409 V8 board and stroke to 474 cubic inches, paired with a Richmond 6-speed manual transmission. Showing just 2,500 miles since an extensive all-steel custom restoration. Equipped with Algon electronic fuel injection, side exhaust, air ride suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes, 9-inch positive traction rear with billet Dutchman axles, and custom Boyd Coddington wheels. A magazine-featured build blending classic super sport presence with modern performance. 1948 Dodge D24 Custom Convertible. Price, $29,500. Location, Lakeland, Florida. This beautifully restored 1948 Dodge D24 Custom Convertible is presented as one of the finest examples of its kind, fresh, elegant, and meticulously finished from every angle. Showing a believed 59,371 miles from the previous owner, with the title marked exempt due to age, this post-war Dodge blends factory charm with exceptional restoration quality, delivering a convertible that looks showroom-ready and drives even better. Finished in a refined beige exterior over a striking red interior, the car showcases show-level paint, bodywork, chrome, and bright work, all of which appear to have been restored to a very high standard. Wide white wall tires enhance the period-correct appearance, while the gleaming trim and clean lines highlight the craftsmanship that went into bringing this D24 back to life. Under the hood sits the original-style 230ci inline-six, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission with fluid drive, Dodge's unique semi-automatic system that provides smooth, relaxed cruising. The seller states this classic runs and drives better than new, giving confidence that the mechanical restoration was performed with care and attention to detail. Inside, the red upholstery complements the exterior beautifully, and all gauges, the speedometer, and even the clock are reported to be in working order, a rarity on many late 1940s convertibles. The overall presentation suggests a car restored for both show and enjoyable weekend driving. With its combination of elegant styling, high-quality restoration, and strong mechanical performance, this 1948 Dodge D24 Custom Convertible stands out as one of the best available. For buyers seeking a turnkey post-war American convertible, ready to show, cruise, or proudly add to a collection, this is an opportunity not to be missed. 1973 Chevrolet Nova hatchback. Offered at $13,000. Located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Automatic transmission, finished in blue over black, showing 56,928 miles. Original engine and exterior, runs and drives, clean title in hand. A solid classic Nova that needs some work but remains in good overall condition. 1941 Cadillac Fleetwood Series 60 Special Sedan. Price, $21,000. Location, Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. This 1941 Cadillac Fleetwood Series 60 Special represents one of the most elegant pre-war sedans Cadillac ever produced, and the example offered here benefited from an older refurbishment performed by a Cadillac and LaSalle Club member. Acquired by the seller in 2025, it remains a well-preserved, beautifully presented luxury car finished in its original factory color scheme of black over dual-tone Bedford cloth. While restored many years ago, the car still displays the craftsmanship, presence, and stately proportions that made the Fleetwood-bodied 60 Special a benchmark for American luxury in the early 1940s. The exterior showcases Cadillac's 1941 redesign, featuring a newly streamlined front end, a one-piece hood, integrated fender-mounted headlights, and a rectangular grille with inset parking lamps, styling cues that helped modernize the brand just before wartime production halted civilian automobiles. This car wears an older repaint in factory black, 51, and it retains desirable period details such as yellow lens fog lamps, dual side mirrors, a split windshield, and rear fender skirts. The trunk handle was re-chromed under prior ownership, though it currently requires adjustment to operate smoothly. Completing the look are red 15-inch steel wheels with chrome Cadillac hubcaps wrapped in wide white wall Firestone Deluxe Champion tires. Inside, the cabin remains a highlight. The front and rear bench seats are upholstered in dual-tone Bedford cloth that reflects the understated luxury of the era. Interior features include an analog clock, a push-button AM radio, a heater, and the beautifully designed wood grain dash typical of Fleetwood craftsmanship. The column-mounted shifter fronts a 100 miles per hour speedometer and auxiliary gauges, and the odometer shows 21,000 miles, though total mileage is unknown, with approximately 50 miles added under current ownership. Power comes from Cadillac's venerable 346 Ci monoblock L-head V8, factory rated at 150 horsepower and paired with a smooth column-shifted 3-speed manual transmission delivering power to the rear wheels. The engine bay presents cleanly for a pre-war car, though the front heater core will require repair. Nonetheless, the drivetrain reflects Cadillac's commitment to quiet, refined performance, even in the early 1940s. Overall, this 1941 Cadillac Fleetwood Series 60 Special stands as a graceful surviving example from Cadillac's golden era, combining Fleetwood coachwork, classic pre-war styling, and a well-preserved older refurbishment. Offered with a clean Maryland title, it brought $21,000 at sale and remains a worthy centerpiece for any pre-war American luxury collection. (1974) Ford F-250 pickup. Offered at $16,000. Located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Powered by a 460 V8 with C6 automatic, 8-foot bed, and 35,000 miles shown. Features new Firestone tires, Edelbrock 650 carb, HEI ignition, and vintage air AC. Former Idaho farm truck, PA inspected, and runs strong. 1951 Ford Custom Deluxe Convertible. Price, $29,000. Location, Oklahoma. This 1951 Ford Custom Deluxe Convertible, affectionately nicknamed Doris, captures the classic charm of Ford's iconic shoebox era while benefiting from thoughtful refurbishment and meaningful mechanical upgrades. Previously showcased in the 2003 Dearborn Homecoming Parade and Show, this convertible has enjoyed a life of care and attention. Between 2020 and 2024, it received significant mechanical restoration, including a comprehensive overhaul of its power-operated soft top and a full rebuild of its 239 Ci flathead V8. With Offenhauser pistons, an Isky camshaft, fresh lifters, and a Melling oil pump, the engine now delivers improved performance while staying true to its vintage character. Paired with a resealed 4-illmatic 3-speed automatic transmission, it represents a well-sorted combination of originality and period-appropriate upgrades. Finished in bright yellow under previous ownership, the Ford's exterior radiates 1950s optimism. The black power-operated top contrasts beautifully with the bodywork, and although the top mechanism was rebuilt, a few age-related quirks remain, including non-functioning driving lights and a right rear window regulator in need of replacement. The vent windows also require updated upper pivots, typical wear points on shoebox convertibles. Rolling on 15-inch black steel wheels with two 1575 Cobra Classic white walls, the car presents the exact stance and silhouette enthusiasts expect. Front disc brakes have been added for improved stopping power, and the rear wheel cylinders were replaced by the selling dealer to further enhance drivability. Inside, the cabin features two-tone upholstery and refreshed carpeting that lend the car a warm, inviting feel. While marks on the side panels and a tear in the left door panel reveal some use, the interior retains its classic character. The factory-style radio is currently inoperative, but the dashboard maintains the original 100 miles per hour speedometer and auxiliary gauges for fuel, oil pressure, amperage, and coolant temperature. The odometer shows 46,000 miles, though the true mileage is unknown. The seller notes that approximately 1,300 miles were added in recent ownership, with the fuel level gauge repaired in 2021. Under the hood, the newly rebuilt flathead V8 sits within a replacement 8BA block sourced in 2024. With only around 450 miles driven since completion, the engine is still relatively fresh. Supporting work includes new mufflers and a resealed transmission, ensuring smoother operation for years to come. The car is offered with extensive documentation, including $21,000 in drivetrain receipts from 2024, engine rebuild photos, service records, the original owner's manual, and accessories such as the car cover and top boot. Overall, Doris blends the unmistakable style of Ford's early 50s design with meaningful mechanical investment and a history that includes parade appearances and long-term enthusiast ownership. With its rebuilt drivetrain, attention-getting color combination, and classic convertible appeal, this 1951 Custom Deluxe stands as a charismatic and well-sorted shoebox ready for its next caretaker to enjoy top-down cruising. If you'd like, I can also create a shorter version, a YouTube-style script, or a listing-style rewrite.
This 1968 Ford Mustang Custom Fastback is powered by a supercharged 5.4-liter GT500 V8 with a Tremec TR6066 speed manual, finished in Brittany blue metallic with Wimbledon white stripes over black. A one-of-one Mustang Brothers build with just 200 test miles, featuring a patent-pending panoramic glass roof, removable tonneau cover, and right-hand drive conversion. An award-winning SEMA 2024 display car, scoring 999/1. 000 at MCAC and earning the Diamond Award.
(1953) Hudson Superjet 2-door. Price, $8,500. Location, New Jersey. This 1953 Hudson Superjet 2-door represents Hudson's compact step-down engineering in one of its most accessible and charming forms. Produced for only 2 years, the Superjet was the company's downsized, entry-level sedan, designed to offer the same low center of gravity handling as the larger Hornet but in a more affordable and compact package. This example has spent time in Minnesota and California, receiving cosmetic and mechanical attention before being offered at no reserve. Finished in blue over matching blue cloth upholstery, it captures the clean, understated design language Hudson favored in the early 1950s. The exterior has been refinished in a bright, appealing blue and is complemented by chrome bumpers, a faux hood scoop, dual side mirrors, rear fender skirts, and Superjet fender badges. A body-color Continental kit extends from the rear bumper, emphasizing the period-correct look and giving the car a slightly more upscale presence. Body-color 15-inch steel wheels with chrome hubcaps and trim rings complete the vintage aesthetic, and they are wrapped in Firestone white wall tires installed in November 2024. The car rides on a 105-inch wheelbase and uses Hudson's typical setup for the period, a coil spring independent front suspension paired with a leaf spring live rear axle and four-wheel hydraulic drum brakes. Inside, the cabin continues the two-tone blue theme with refurbished cloth upholstery, a white headliner, black flooring, and period touches that give the car strong nostalgic charm. Features include a weather control heater, push-button AM radio, front lap belts, a locking Hudson Jet branded glove box, armrests, sun visors, dome lighting, and useful rear storage pockets on the split-folding front seat backs. A signal stat turn signal controller sits on the steering column, and the two-spoke wheel with chrome horn ring frames a 120 mph speedometer, warning lights, and auxiliary gauges. The odometer shows 73,000 miles, with approximately 50 added under current ownership. Under the hood, the 202 CI inline-six features a single carburetor and power dome cylinder head, Hudson's durable and straightforward small engine design. Recent service included adjusting the ignition timing, changing the oil, and installing new spark plugs, ignition wires, and a fresh battery. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a column-shifted 3-speed manual transmission, retaining the classic driving experience of early 1950s American compacts. Offered at no reserve with owner's manuals, spare parts, and partial service records, this 1953 Hudson Superjet 2-door is a charming, lightly updated example of Hudson's final years of independent production. With its clean presentation, recent maintenance, and classic step-down engineering, it stands as an approachable and attractive entry into early 1950s American motoring. (1966) Shelby 427 Cobra Roadster. Built to dominate. A 427 side-oiler V8 for speed manual and raw street-legal muscle with racing in its blood. Lightweight, loud, and brutally fast, this is American performance at full throttle. CSX 3355. Crossing the block at Glendale 2026. 1953 Chevrolet 210 convertible. Price, $32,900. Location, Arizona. This 1953 Chevrolet 210 convertible blends timeless post-war style with modern performance in a way few restomods can match. The result of a meticulous ground-up restoration, this vivid red and white drop-top sits on an Art Morrison chassis and packs a 400 horsepower LS2 V8 under the hood, delivering the looks of a classic and the muscle of a modern Chevrolet. Exterior. Finished in a brilliant red two-stage paint with a white convertible top, the 210 wears its curves with pride. Chrome accents remain a key part of its design, from the polished grille and bumpers to the delicate Chevrolet badging and Bel Air-inspired side trim. The stance is both sleek and purposeful, sitting just right over a set of 17-inch American Racing Torque Thrust 2 wheels that enhance the car's sporty, confident profile. Subtle modern touches, like LED taillights and a discreet rear-view camera, make the car as practical as it is striking. Interior. Inside, the cabin has been completely reimagined in red leather, blending 1950s charm with contemporary comfort. The bucket seats are deeply bolstered and power-adjustable, offering exceptional support. Two-tone door panels feature billet hardware and power windows, while the dashboard has been refinished in glossy red with polished trim and a Chevrolet script emblem. A custom center console houses a locker shifter, modern Kenwood audio system, and vintage air climate controls for cool, quiet cruising. Finishing touches include a tilt steering column, a two-tone steering wheel inspired by classic Impalas, and a neatly upholstered trunk ready for show display. Drivetrain and performance. Powering this 210 is GM's formidable 6.0-liter LS2 V8, producing 400 horsepower and 400 lb-ft of torque. The engine breathes through a FAST intake and ceramic-coated headers, with cooling handled by a chrome-capped radiator and dual electric fans. Power is sent through a GM 700 or 4-speed automatic transmission to a chrome-capped 10-bolt rear axle. The custom Art Morrison chassis ensures rigidity and precision, supported by coilover shocks, dual sway bars, and power rack and pinion steering. Stopping power comes from four-wheel disc brakes with red Corvette calipers, while Flowmaster Hush Power 2 mufflers provide a deep, refined exhaust note. Summary. With its seamless blend of classic design and modern engineering, this 1953 Chevrolet 210 convertible represents the best of both worlds, a show-quality restomod built to drive and enjoy. From its flawless red paint to the LS2's effortless power, every detail has been executed with craftsmanship and purpose. Whether parked at a weekend car show or cruising down the boulevard, this 210 commands attention and admiration at every turn. (1953) Nash Rambler Custom Convertible. Price, $26,000. Location, Scottsdale, Arizona. This 1953 Nash Rambler Custom Convertible is one of approximately 3,300 units produced during that model year and benefits from earlier refurbishment performed prior to the current owner's acquisition out of Southern California in 2012. Finished in Caribbean blue over turquoise and white vinyl upholstery, the car embodies the distinctive Pininfarina-influenced styling and airflight unibody construction that made the Rambler a standout in the early 1950s compact segment. The car now resides in Arizona and is offered with a clean Missouri title. The exterior retains its factory-correct Caribbean blue color, complemented by a white soft top with matching boot. Classic details include a Continental kit, Nash's elegant Flying Goddess hood ornament, chrome overriders, dual exhaust outlets, American badging, and period headlight visors. Bright 15-inch steel wheels with hubcaps and trim rings complete the look, wrapped in 165 series Kelly metric radial tires. Braking is provided by four-wheel drums, and the suspension uses coil springs up front with longitudinal leaf springs at the rear. The restored interior presents a vibrant two-tone turquoise and white theme across the seats and door panels, paired with bound carpeting. Modern convenience is subtly integrated through a Pioneer DH80 PRS digital media receiver with Bluetooth capability and an added USB charging port, while the original AM radio remains in its factory dash location. Photos show light pitting on some interior brightwork, consistent with age. The two-spoke steering wheel with chrome horn ring fronts a 100 miles per hour speedometer and gauges for temperature and fuel. The odometer reads 24K miles, with approximately 1K miles added during current ownership. Power comes from the 184 CI Super Flying Scott L-head inline 6 paired with a 3-speed synchromesh manual transmission equipped with overdrive. A compression test is provided in the gallery, and underbody photos show areas of corrosion typical for a 1950s unibody but not uncommon for preserved and driven examples. Combining rare early 50s design, compact proportions, and charming convertible practicality, this Nash Rambler Custom offers a distinctive blend of post-war American styling and approachable classic motoring, presented here with no reserve and solid ownership history. $1953 Buick Custom. Price, $28,500. Location, Tampa, Florida. This 1953 Buick Custom is a one-of-a-kind example retaining Buick's legendary straight-eight engine paired with an automatic transmission, both reportedly showing low mileage. Finished in yellow with bright chrome and complemented by custom pinstriping and white interior upholstery, the car presents as a show-ready cruiser with extensive recent upgrades. The exterior benefits from fresh chrome, new fender skirts, and distinctive custom hubcaps that give the car a unique vintage stance. The straight-eight engine has received attention including a rebuilt carburetor, new electric fuel pump, and an entirely new fuel system with tank and lines replaced. Additional mechanical improvements include new radial tires and updated front suspension components, making the car better suited for regular driving. Inside, the white interior appears clean and well-maintained, reflecting the seller's commitment to keeping the car in strong cosmetic and mechanical condition. The Buick is described as having zero issues and being ready for the road or immediate car show display. A clean title is provided, and the seller offers assistance with shipping as well as additional photos and a walk-around video upon request. Trades may be considered, with interest limited to pre-1960 vehicles and no projects. $1956 Dodge Royal Sedan. Price, $7,000. Location, Stafford, Texas. This 1956 Dodge Royal Sedan presents as a classic mid-50s American cruiser benefiting from a prior refurbishment and careful mechanical sorting under current ownership. Finished in a striking blue and white two-tone with a contrasting black roof, the car captures the era's fascination with bold color contrasts, chrome accents, and dramatic body styling. Originally delivered in a three-tone factory combination, the current finish highlights the long, sweeping lines of the four-door body and complements the polished chrome front grille, bumper assemblies, and trim. Signature details such as the canted twin rear antennas, swing-out door handles, and bumper overriders give the Royal a distinct presence, reinforcing its standing as one of Dodge's more upscale offerings of the period. Inside, the cabin continues the restored theme with front and rear bench seats ret-rimmed in crisp white upholstery accented by black piping and patterned inserts. Coordinated door panels and gray carpeting maintain a cohesive, period-correct atmosphere, while bright textured dashboard trim and the Magic Touch Control push-button shifter add a touch of mid-century glamour. The interior also features amenities that were expected from a well-equipped Dodge in 1956, including an AM radio, dome lighting, a heater/defroster, and a floor-mounted high-beam switch. The two-tone steering wheel frames a full-width instrument cluster that includes a 120 miles per hour speedometer and auxiliary gauges. The 5-digit odometer shows 82K miles, with the seller contributing approximately 500 miles of enjoyable use. Under the hood, the Royal is powered by Dodge's 315 CI Super Red Ram V8, an engine known for strong torque, smoothness, and durability. Equipped with hydraulic valve lifters and a Carter two-barrel carburetor, this powerplant delivers the kind of relaxed, effortless performance that made mid-50s V8 sedans popular family cruisers. The dual exhaust system, fitted with classic glass-pack mufflers, provides the car with an unmistakable vintage rumble. In 2023, significant mechanical attention was given, including carburetor cleaning and adjustment, installation of a battery disconnect switch, replacement of the valve cover gaskets, coolant flushing, and an engine oil and filter service. The ignition coil was also replaced, ensuring reliable cold starts. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a 2-speed PowerFlight automatic transmission, which received fresh fluid along with a new transmission mount during the 2023 service. The rear axle fluids were also replaced. Suspension work included all new shocks, front wheel bearing servicing, installation of spring boosters, and replacement of 3 brake hoses. Stopping is handled by drum brakes at all 4 corners, consistent with the technology of the era. The car rides on painted steel wheels with styled covers and classic white wall tires, with a matching spare stored in the trunk. With its handsome 2-tone presentation, solid mechanical updates, and a smooth-running Super Red Ram V8, this 1956 Dodge Royal represents an appealing entry point into 1950s American motoring. Whether shown at local events or enjoyed as a nostalgic weekend cruiser, it offers the charm and character that make mid-century Mopars increasingly appreciated today. (1957) Chevrolet Corvette. Price, $36,500. Located, Indiana. The 1957 Corvette is one of those rare machines that seems to hum even while standing still, a car born in the heat of America's horsepower awakening. This example, restored in the early 2000s and honored with an NCRS Regional Top Flight Award, carries that legend with quiet authority. Finished in arresting red with matching coves, it represents the first year Chevrolet offered true 1 horsepower per cubic inch performance, a milestone that reshaped what an American sports car could be. With a fuel-injected 283 Ci V8, a 4-speed manual, and positive traction, it stands today as one of the purest expressions of the Corvette spirit. The body wears its restoration well, a wraparound windshield, split chrome bumpers, and the dual exhausts exiting through the rear uprights, all details that remind you this was a car built before committees and computers. The hardtop sits tight and proper, giving the car a purposeful stance. On its 15-inch steel wheels with faux knockoff covers and Firestone bias-ply tires, it sits exactly as a 57 should, ready to dance through its leaf spring suspension and drum brakes like it did nearly 7 decades ago. Inside, the cabin glows in red vinyl, bucket seats, twin-cowl dash, carpets, and door panels all trimmed in the same confident hue. There's a Wandabar AM radio that still seeks stations with mid-century charm, a dash-mounted mirror, a heater, and a floor shifter that falls naturally to hand. The 3-spoke wheel frames a 140 miles per hour speedometer, while the center stack houses the touch in a simple, honest array of gauges. 30,000 miles show on the odometer, some 3,000 added by its current keeper. Under that long, gleaming hood lies the heart that made the 57 Corvette a legend, the Rochester Ramjet mechanical fuel-injected 283, stamped correctly with its EL suffix, delivering its full 283 horsepower. It's a powerplant that doesn't just run, it talks. The kind of engine you feel through the wheel, the pedals, the seat. Power moves through a 4-speed manual to a rebuilt positive traction rear end, giving the car the balance and bite that once stunned road testers across the country. A machine like this doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It carries its significance quietly, through the shape of its fenders, the sound of its idle, the way the shifter settles into gear. It's a reminder of an era when American engineering took a daring step forward and never looked back. This 57 Fuelie is more than a collectible, it's the moment the Corvette became the Corvette, preserved in steel, paint, and that unforgettable mechanical heartbeat. (1958) Edsel Pacer Hardtop Coupe. Price, $8,750. Location, Arvada, Colorado. The 1958 Edsel Pacer Hardtop Coupe represents one of Ford's most distinctive one-year designs, and this example is one of about 6,139 produced. Finished in cream paint over cream and brown upholstery, the car shows aging consistent with long-term use, including cracked windshield and door glass and non-functional wipers. It retains signature styling features such as the vertical grille, wraparound windshield, quad headlights, chrome bumpers with overriders, fender skirts, and a forward-hinged hood. The car rides on American Racing Torque thrust wheels with 205/70 R15 radial tires, and spare steel wheels. A headliner and brake drums accompany the vehicle. Power steering is fitted and was serviced in 2025. Braking has been upgraded to a dual-circuit master cylinder with front discs and rear drums. Inside, the Pacer features cream vinyl bench seats with brown piping, two-tone door panels, and brown carpets. The headliner is not installed, the AM radio does not function, and the heater requires service. The dashboard retains its original styling, including the teletouch steering wheel-mounted automatic transmission selector. Power comes from the 361 CIE 400 V8 equipped with a 4-barrel carburetor, originally rated at 303 horsepower and 400 lb-ft of torque. An oil change and transmission service were completed in 2025. The car is also fitted with an electric fuel pump and dual exhaust with glass pack mufflers. The seller notes leaks in both the exhaust and transmission, along with visible rust in the floorboards. The tag confirms this is a factory Pacer hardtop in driftwood paint with white and brown interior, produced in Louisville on August 12 and equipped with the push-button automatic transmission and 2.91:1 rear axle.